All right. Hey, everyone. We've got a lot of people here. I'd love to see if you could type in the chat, what city and state are you from? We're going to have a contest here. And if you're the farthest away from Lyons, Colorado, you might win a prize. It might be a virtual high five. It might be cooler than that. Let's see, though. Go ahead and type in the chat. Let me know. Can you hear me? I can see you. I can see Donna Mugler. Hi, Donna. And Sarah McCraw, good morning. Can you go ahead and type in the chat? We've got Carolyn. We've got people here from all over the United States. We've got Chattanooga, Tennessee, Lockport, Loveland, Ohio, Chattanooga, Sterling, Washington, Rockford, Illinois, Red Lion, Pennsylvania. I think Red Lion is the coolest name so far. Good job, Red Lion. Colleyville. We've got Macungie, Pennsylvania, Dublin, Ohio, and College Station, Texas. Aaron, what do you think? Which one's the farthest from Lyons, Colorado?
Oh,
Do we need to reference Google Maps, or do you have a sense of
I'm
the
not sure. Yeah, in Texas,
I know that
which city would be further west?
College Station, I think, would be farther. So we'll have to see. But let's go ahead and get started. Danielle.
All right, thank you. Aaron, if you could keep an eye on the participants and let anyone in who trickles in over the next few minutes.
Will do.
Thank you. So welcome everyone. You may notice that unlike a typical webinar event like we've done for Team Engine in the past, our guests are showing up on camera in addition to me and Jack and our other moderators. And that's because we want this to be a little more interactive and be as engaging as possible. So we've set things up so that you can join in and participate on screen. So if you're comfortable leaving your camera on, we would love for you to do that so we can see you, talk to you directly. But please also leave yourself on mute unless you're speaking up with a question so we can just kind of minimize that background noise. And of course, if you're more comfortable working with your camera off, or maybe you just don't have a camera on your device, that's totally fine. We're not going to kick you out for that. But please still feel free to speak up with any questions and comments. So just a quick reminder as people are continuing to trickle in, we have given all of our attendees the ability to turn on their camera and microphones so that you can engage with us more directly, more personally than typing messages in the chat. And that's because this event's for you. So make it for yourself. Ask questions when you have them. If you have insights to share, if you have personal experience with something that's being discussed, don't be afraid to unmute yourself and speak up. But the chat is, of course, still available and active. So you can always use that if you're more comfortable there, or maybe if you want to throw something out, but don't really want to derail the main conversation. So lots of ways to engage and communicate with the team today. Unfortunately, due to the size of the group that's registered, we don't have enough time to go around the room and do personal introductions on camera. So if you haven't hopped in the chat yet to let Jack know where you're calling in from, please do so. I hear there's a prize on the line for the person calling in the furthest away from Colorado. So let us know who you are, where you're calling in from. And we'll just keep things moving with introductions. My name is Danielle Look, and I'm the content marketing manager at Team Engine, where we provide software to recruit, engage, and retain your on-the-go workforce. And in that role, I create the tools and resources like this webinar that you see on our website and social media. So if you are not following us on social or not subscribed to our monthly newsletter, make sure you do that today so that you can stay up to date with those free resources that I'm always curating on those channels. And before I hand it over to Jack, our speaker for the day, I also wanted to take a moment just to thank each of you for being here today, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to work on your employer brand and the first impression that you're making on job candidates. This little bit of extra effort on the front end is going to do a ton to help you attract more of the right kind of people to fill those roles. And in doing that, you are ultimately improving retention by making better, more strategic hires. And in the end, that's going to make you happy. It's going to make your employees happy. It's just a win-win for everyone across the board. And I can't think of a better person to guide you through this process than today's host, Jack Jostes. As the owner of his own company, Ramblin Jackson, Jack intimately knows the struggles of recruiting and hiring, and particularly the challenges associated with standing out in today's saturated job market. So today, Jack is going to show you how he recruits and then help you think about how to apply his proven methodology to your own organization. And then he's going to take a look at some live examples of job ads from others on the call, discuss what they're doing well, and maybe how they can improve further. So again, one final reminder on protocol. If you have a question or a comment, don't wait. Please chime in. You can type it into the chat box as usual, but you can also just unmute yourself and hop into the conversation. We want this to be very engaging, so please don't hesitate to speak up. And with that, Jack, it's all yours.
Great. Thanks, Danielle. Thanks so much for having me here. It's great to be back on the Team Engine stage. I love Team Engine. So I'm seeing some of you are here, are Ramblin Jackson clients that I know. Some of you are subscribers to the Landscapers Guide podcast, and many of you may be new to Team Engine also. So today we're going to share a lot of things that you can use, even if you're not using Team Engine, even if you're not working with me and Ramblin Jackson. You need to write killer job ads in order to get a response. Most job ads are boring. You could plop another landscaper's company name into them and they would still work. And that's a big problem, right? Because why would I apply to your job if it looks exactly the same as another, right? That's where I'm just going to apply to the one that looks like it pays more. But I can tell you, having interviewed the clients, the employees of my clients, last year I went on the road and did several video shoots interviewing, talking directly with employees in the landscape industry. I've gone out to shows with them. I've spent a lot of time with them. I can tell you that money is important. It's very important. You have to be in a competitive ballpark. But once you're there, there's so much more that is going to be important to an employee on where they choose to work than just the money. So let's get into how to write killer landscape job ads that get a response. So if you're looking for more qualified employees to fill your positions, and if you can't hire anyone, and I've talked with some businesses that are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars of work because they're understaffed and they're having trouble, you're in the right place. So stay till the end. We're going to answer questions in the live Q&A. And I have two people from my team. Quinn is here. She's our landscape marketing assistant. You've probably messaged with Quinn if you've ever sent us a DM on Instagram, or if you've ever been to an event. Erin is my executive assistant. She helps send out beef jerky. We're going to share how you can get a bag of beef jerky shipped to you in the mail and a special gift. I'm not going to tell you what that is until the end. You have to stay to the end to find out how to get that. So my name's Jack. I wrote The Tree of Good Fortune, and a key thing that we help people with is branding, websites, SEO, getting found. And hey, we're the highest rated landscape marketing agency in the country. There's more than one of us, but the reviews, I'm sharing this for a key reason. Reviews are a key thing that help me attract really great employees. I'm curious, Erin and Quinn, did you look at our reviews before you applied? Kind of putting you on the spot here, but did you?
Absolutely.
I don't think I did.
Yep.
You don't think you did?
No.
Did you Google us?
Yeah.
So when people are Googling you and they see your Google listing, what shows up? Are you a 3-star company? Or are you a 5-star company? If you're a 3-star company, that's one little nugget you could take away, is you got to bump up your review average. That way, when people Google you, that you stand out as the place. Our mission is helping small businesses ring the bell. And a key part of that is helping people capture the demand for not only customers, but also staffing for it. And a lot of people are look at this over the last 5 years. Every year, the searches for landscaping jobs near me nearly doubles. So people are looking for jobs, landscaping jobs, on their phone. They're looking on their phone How do you stand out? That's what we're going to share today. And I'm going to be pulling out a piece of the Landscaper's Ultimate Guide to Recruiting. This is an online course, Quinn. If you could share that link in the chat that we created. It's really thorough. It goes into leadership, mission, vision, core values. That's the foundation here. How to attract A players through employer branding. How to really stand out. And look, hey, how to write killer job listings is a part of that. So I wanted to let you know there's more to learn. There's more to do here. And something that you can fix right away to get a better response is the job ad. And that's why I wanted to share this with you, because one of my clients implemented just the piece of this about copywriting for job ads and got an immediate boost in responses. She runs Blue River Forestry and Tree Care in Boulder, and instant increase in the quality of leads, and also a decrease in the people just checking a box that they're applying for no reason. This is a big part of the framework, is the Landscaper's Ultimate Recruiting Framework. And you've got to grow leaders. You've got to lead a culture of mission, vision, and core values. We're going to attract A players through employer branding and recruiting. And then we got to hire, onboard, and nurture those people. Today, we're going to focus mainly on the attract part here. And you'll get good results, but you'll get the best results if you really have all of this, the mission, vision, core values, all of the things, the leadership in place. I strongly recommend, I'm not sure which role you perform in your company. I know that some of my clients sent their marketing person, or they sent their HR person, and that's good, but really you should do this together. This should be done with the owner of the company and the HR person and the marketing person and the ops person. The reason I say that is often there's a big gap. Sometimes the person writing the job posts is unaware of all the benefits, literal benefits that the company offers. One time I was doing a review like I'm going to do at the end of this webinar with one of my clients, and we reviewed their job ads on their website. And I said, hey, I thought you all offered a retirement benefit. He's like, oh yeah, we have 401k, we have health insurance, we have paid time off, we have vacation. He had this big list of things that are not typical for hourly positions in the landscape industry. Do you think they were on his website? No, they weren't. He's like, oh, the HR person does this. And the HR person isn't talking to the website person. The website person is posting stuff, right? So we've got to get the right message out there by collaborating with those people. If you want to attract A players through employer branding and recruiting, you're in the right place. We're gonna get into that. And a key question is, what's your unique employment position? Some people call it a UEP, which is kind of ugly and jargony marketing person talk. Really, it's a question is, why should I work for you instead of someone else? The answer to that is your unique employment position. Why would I work for you over someone else? And why would I work for you instead of somebody else who pays the same? And why would I work for you instead of somebody else who pays more? Right? This is the most important question to get clear on, because it needs to be communicated in the job ads. The problem with nearly every landscaping job post that I see is it reads like a wanted ad for some sort of criminal. Wanted person to lift 50 pounds in the sun. Must have 5 years of experience. And there's no benefits listed. There's no time off. There's no career path. And then there's like a bunch of stuff about the company and their history. And there's no answer to the most important question in sales and marketing, which is, what's in it for me? Remember that the person reading this is not you. It's not your HR person. It is a potential employee, and they want to know about you, but what they really want to know is about me? What's in it for me and my family? Why should I work for you instead of your competitor or construction or McDonald's? The McDonald's in Boulder, Colorado, the starting pay is $19 an hour, and it does not require 3 years of landscape experience, lifting 50 pounds in the sun, any of that, right? So why would I, like, is it even realistic to expect to hire somebody with all of that experience for $19? Probably not in Boulder. It's different in different parts of the country, but who is your hell yes employee? Who are the people that you really want? And why would they choose to work for you? We got to get clear on specifically who do we want to apply, so then we can appeal to that person and attract them. So I have, a little exercise in the online course that helps you define your hell yes employee. Do they need to have previous experience? Do they need to have a certain attitude? A lot of people get stumped on this. So I ask them, hey, who have you had to fire from your company? I don't need names, but tell me about the people that you've fired, or when they quit, you were like relieved. You're like, oh, thank goodness that person quit. If you really think about it, that'll help you get clear on what you don't want. And then think about the people who have been great employees, who's worked for you for 2, 3, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. I have some of you who have employees for 10 plus years. What is it about them that you really like, that they have in common? That can help you get clear on your hell yes employees. And as an example, I did this with a client, and at their company, they regularly work more than 40 hours a week, and the employees get paid overtime. A hell no employee is somebody who only wants to work 40 hours a week. There's nothing wrong with only wanting to work 40 hours a week, but that's not the culture of this company. This company regularly works 50 plus hours a week, and they attract people who are like, sweet, I love working. I want to work 50 plus hours a week, and I'm stoked that I can get 10 to 15 hours a week of overtime during certain parts of the year, right? So getting that message clear in a job ad saves them a lot of time and money, because I said, well, what's the problem? They said, well, people work here for 2 weeks and they quit because they don't want to work more than 40 hours a week. And I read their job ads. It didn't mention that, right? So if you put that up front, the person who's like, cool, I want to do that, I see the income opportunity, they're going to apply, and it'll weed out the person who's going to quit in 2 weeks, because that turnover is brutally expensive. A key piece missing from most job ads is any kind of emotion. It's usually a list of stuff you need people to do. And we need to get to the stuff that we need people to do, but we need to empathize with them by recognizing pains and problems that they have. So what are the pains and problems that landscape employees experience? I've created a go-to list that you can pull from. I will share with you that the top one is low pay, but it's not the only one. Sometimes people are working with terrible tools. Sometimes they are hired in April and thrown into the depth of the 100 days of hell and expected to do advanced work without any training or mentorship or coaching, anything. Right. And that's very stressful. And when people are embarrassed that they can't do the job well, a lot of them will quit. Or they feel like they're in a dead end job. There's no career path. There's a lack of onboarding. So if you really think about the things that people tell you in the job interview of, oh, I'm looking for a new job because, or I quit my last job because, that's juicy information that you should include in your job advertisement. And I'm going to share with you an example of an ad, but if you start with the things that they're frustrated with, hey, if you're currently in a dead end job that has no training for you and you don't feel like you have a career path and you're working with dangerous, out of date tools on a team that's way understaffed, keep reading, learn more about Ramblin Jackson landscapes. And right. So now they're like, yeah, I am having that experience. It's why I'm Googling landscaping jobs near me at the gas station from my current landscaper's work truck. Right. So you get into that emotion, they're going to be drawn in, they're going to want to keep reading. And then we'll get to, offering how your company solves it. So providing benefits, perks, and livable wages. This is where you want to bring in your HR people, bring in the owner, get really clear and literally make a bulleted list of what are the benefits that you offer. I've seen some companies offer, paid time off, paid training, paid, different things. They're doing a lot of different things, or perks. So to me, benefits are things like health insurance, dental insurance, retirement, time off, things like that. And then perks might be other things. Do you have an annual team barbecue? Do you have a monthly team photo contest? Do you have a Greeniest subscription where you're paying for online training? Really list out all of the things that you're doing for your employees. And as an example, when I couldn't afford health insurance at Ramblin Jackson, this was like 10 years ago, I could afford a paid gym membership at the rock climbing gym. At that time, the rock climbing gym membership was $150, but the employer version was only $75. So I could buy it for $75, give it to the employee, and they thought that was so cool. And we rock climbed at that time before work. It was a perk. It was something. It was like, okay, I don't have health insurance, but I can offer you this perk. And you better bet that was in the job ads, right? So maybe you don't have all this stuff, but what are you doing that people like that is a perk? It's not a benefit. Probably a lot. These sort of things can make it look more attractive to come and work for you. Another example, I talked with a woman who runs a landscape company out in New York, and she has an annual spring kickoff barbecue. And if you come to that annual spring kickoff barbecue, she provides boots and a pair of work pants, and she feeds you. And you can get I think it was a retention bonus. So if you worked through the end of the last year and then you're seasonal and you took the winter off, you got a bonus if you came back in the spring, right? So it was a very positive thing. That sort of stuff should be, whatever it is that you're doing should be in there. I have another client who has a pig roast, and they have a life-size Jenga game, right? And so that's a perk. Is it going to move? Is it the only thing? Oh, I'm leaving my job because they have Jenga and pork once a year? No. But is it part of it when I'm looking around and I'm noticing that this company has a culture that I feel like I'm missing? Absolutely. So your perks and benefits, and ultimately working towards 3 reasons to work at your company. So this is where, when you get really clear on the pain and problems and things that people are experiencing, working towards 3 reasons to work. So an example of a reason to work is a clear career path forward. I interviewed somebody on the Landscaper's Guide podcast, and they have a branded career ladder that shows you what you need to do to get to the next position. So that would be one of their 3 reasons to work, is a clear career path. And every month they're having coaching calls to show you, hey, here's where you're at. Here are the skills that you need to learn to get to the next level and what kind of pay you could make there. And we're going to coach you on how to get there. Wow. Right. Compared to some companies who have nothing like that, somebody who cares about the work they're doing would really be drawn to that. I have another client who's one of their reasons to buy is technology. And they use online scheduling on their website. They charge for the appointment. They have state-of-the-art estimating softwares. They use Zapier to connect everything. They have an office person who works 4 hours a week because of all this automation they've set up. And people who are interested in technology are very into it. I have another client whose one of their reasons to work is environmental responsibility. That's something the owner really cares about. And they do like low water landscaping. They are all about native plants and they get into that. And that'll draw a certain employee who's like way into the environment, right? So when you create these reasons to buy, and you can't make them up, you already have them, right? It's more of like figuring out what is it that you do, what is the culture that you offer that's different from somebody else, and packaging it up into 3 reasons to work at your company. And when you're interviewing people, you can draw on them. Hey, can you tell me how important is working at a company that's environmentally responsible? Well, I don't really care. I'm just looking to get paid the most. Cool. That's fine. We have some really high paying positions. That person might be fine for a season, but if you get somebody who's like all about the environment, they're going to be so drawn to it and you can tap into it. And let's say they get a job offer from another company that's the same amount, right? Which company are they going to choose? They're going to choose the one that resonates with what they want. So that's a key part of the framework that we're building to use. And we want to use this on our careers page, in the killer job ads that we're working towards writing, in interview conversations, in job offer letters. When you send that offer to somebody, following up with whatever stood out to them. Hey, we really enjoyed talking to you about battery powered lawn care equipment. And maybe you don't hear from them. You send them a follow-up. Hey, we just got this new fleet. Check it out. What do you think? Right? That sort of thing. We have 3 reasons to be a Rambler. That's what we call the people who work at Ramblin Jackson. The first one is grow your craft. So the people who work here love doing the work that they do, and they love learning. It's actually one of my favorite reasons about working here, is I'm always learning new things about digital marketing and recruiting. Work-life balance is like, when people are on vacation, I don't bother them. Like, that's not the case at every digital marketing agency. Some places it's like, you're not allowed to go on vacation. We don't, and we have a winter break from Christmas through New Year's every year. We don't do retail because I want to be able to take that time of year off. And when we did retail, you just end up working on Christmas and it's not fun. Small business, big results. So when people care about small business, they are a fit at Ramblin Jackson. When we're a stepping stone to work at the agency that does Nike or whatever, like, probably not a fit, probably not going to hire you. The people who typically come and work for me want to help small businesses. So that's an emotional thing that draws people in. So creating a robust careers page on your website, we're going to show some examples of how you can use Team Engine and embed it on your careers page. And Quinn, if you could put the Shades of Green nursery example, this was so cool. So your careers page is a hub, right? People are going to see it. We're going to talk about where to post these job ads, but they're probably going to Google you. They're probably going to visit it. And one of my clients down in Texas, I saw a lot of people in Texas. Yes, this works in Texas. A lot of times people are like, well, this is different in Illinois, or this is different in Texas, or the market's different in New Jersey. And that's cool, right? Everyone is special and every place is wonderful. But the fact is, employees are looking for jobs on the internet all over the country, even in Texas. And one of my clients in Frisco, Texas, filled their bench before February, and they've never done that. And like, wow, what a great result in Texas getting ready for the springtime. And part of it was because of Team Engine. So if you check that out, the Shades of Green page, I think it's a pretty good example of a quality careers page. And I'm going to share with you some of the ways that you can use it. And we're back with a key thing here. So the Landscaper's Foundation of Digital Marketing is a concept in my book. The foundational 4, branding and differentiation. So that's largely what we've been talking about so far, is differentiation. Why are you different? Now we need to communicate that on our website, on our on our reviews. That's definitely part of it. But your careers page should, all of this needs to focus on selling me why I should work for you and what's in it for me. You should be sharing your mission, vision, and core values. Those are very important. List the 3 reasons to work, outline your perks, outline your benefits, share the career path and opportunity, and then definitely demonstrate your cool culture with photos and videos of humans. Most landscape websites have a lot of cool plant photos. They've got some cool hardscape photos, and they're often totally lacking in the human side of it. I want to see photos at your company barbecue. I want to see photos of people doing great work. I want to see your fleet of vehicles with people in uniforms. And I'm curious to see what the demand will be like for searches this year. We're still a little early in the season, but having an easy to fill out application form on the web page is key. So again, making it clear why you're different and then giving people steps to follow to apply. I definitely recommend having video featuring the owner and employee testimonials. This can really help you stand out. And if you have a bilingual workforce, interview your bilingual team. That'll really stand out to people if they can hear other people literally talking about their career, how they've grown, why they love working here. And you can brand your training programs. I have a client, Pleasant Landscapes down in South Carolina. They have Pleasant Landscapes University, and they made a little logo out of it. And they have branded their training program, and they have a career path. The other cool thing about that is when people quit, having an actual training program helps you replace them faster. Now, an advanced thing is having an actual page for every single position. And this is one of the things I like about Team Engine, is that you can have an individual listing per position. So that way, right, you might expand this framework. What are the 3 reasons to start as a, what are you going to call your people? What are the positions? The 3 reasons to start here, you're going to learn these skills. And then the next path forward is a crew leader or whatever it is. We're seeing really good results with video for our clients. So I wanted to share some of the ways that we're doing that you can do this spring, is to interview your top employees, interview new hires. Hey, I'm in my 2nd month and I'm actually really enjoying it because the onboarding is going great, right? That's a big fear people have of starting a new job. Interview a veteran employee. I've been here for 10 years because, and ask them open-ended questions. What's your favorite part about working here? You can repurpose this into social media content also. YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, posted on Facebook, and now you've got, posted on LinkedIn. I love video because you can just cut it up into so many different places. Here's a question a lot of people want to know the answer to, and they will be skeptical of the owner answering this question. This is why having an employee answer it is best. How would you describe the culture? Describe your career path. I love these stories the best. And I can tell you on my own team, I've had people who started out as contractors that have worked here for 6 years that are now in executive positions, and sharing that story in our recruiting attracts people. Hey, without mentioning the specific employer, right? Because we don't want to create a smear campaign. It's more of the story of, hey, what were some of the challenges at your previous job that made you leave? Oh, at my last job, they blah, 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 blah. Great. Now, when somebody's watching a video and they're having that problem and they hear that this company doesn't do that, they're going to be really drawn in. How are those issues different here? Oh, what I love about working here is we have a monthly barbecue, and I love working with my team members and blah, 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 blah. Would you recommend working here? Who would not be a good fit for this company, right? This can actually be really good content. People who wouldn't be a good fit here, just hear what they say. And I love having this one, a whole chunk of people just saying, hey, come join our team at Danielle's Landscapes or whatever it is. So you can embed those videos on your careers page and your job listing, all these different places. And this is, I'd say, a prerequisite, everything we've done so far in this workshop, to then writing a killer job listing, because it all leads up to this. So of course we want to post a job listing, but if they go to the careers page and there's nothing there, and there are no reviews on Google, and it doesn't look like you exist, you're just going to have less result. So people will reply straight up from a job ad, and some people are going to do their research. They're going to snoop around. So most job ads sound like wanted ads, not opportunities. They need to tap into the emotions of your potential employees. How are they feeling now? What's wrong? Why are they looking for a job? When we tap into that and paint a future for them, they're going to be more attracted to it. One of the things I learned in college when I studied journalism was this inverted pyramid. This is how you write a newspaper article. So if you think about, I mean, most newspaper articles are not very good, but for the good ones that you've read, or if you look at them, right, there's a good headline and a great photograph. Like, just think about when you open whatever news you look at, or even if you swipe on your iPhone and it, like, you can't avoid the news, like your iPhone's just like, here are the headlines. Like, the headline is the most important thing. The photo is super important. The first paragraph needs to be excellent. At the bottom of it is where we put general background information, right? So for you, this is where we're starting with emotion. We're talking to a specific person. We're tapping into what they want and what's in it for them. Then we're going to get to the important details of, like, here are the job requirements. Here are the skills that you need to have. And then at the very end is where we're going to talk about the history of our company and how many years we've been in business and all this other stuff. But most ads start the opposite. They start with the general background information that I don't really care about, and then they never get to what's in it for me, right? So I'm going to look at some ads later, but if you follow this formula with really all of your writing, whether you're writing a landing page for a service, an email, if you're writing a social media post, you can really follow this. What's in it for me at the top? Mention the pains that you've identified in that little brainstorm and how your company is going to be different. So that might sound like, hey, are you tired of working at a dead-end landscape company that doesn't value its employees? Advance your career in our family culture at Johnson Landscape, where you'll have, and then what are the benefits? Where you'll have, do you have health insurance? Wow, okay, you'll have health insurance, paid time off, a career advancement plan, and, however many years of experience with our management team, and if you're looking to learn new skills, a lot of people are, and work outside with great team members, read on about this opportunity and see income ranges. So we're going to talk about income ranges and why that has to be part of it. Then, start listing out the perks that we outlined. What are the benefits? Bullet points, boom. So we start with a nice headline. We get our perks and benefits in a scannable bulleted list. And here's the money part. We've got to share specific salary ranges in each position. If you want people to apply, you've got to show them the money. And talk about opportunities for advancement. Include your 3 reasons to work. Include your mission, vision, and core values. When you do this, even what I've done so far, it'll be really hard to plop somebody else's logo onto it and say it's their job ad, right? Now we're really standing out as a different company. We're including the job description and responsibilities and clear instructions on how to apply. So those are really the elements of writing a killer job ad. And again, it's only part of the landscaper's ultimate recruiting framework. And it takes a long time to figure out all of these things, your 3 reasons to work, your perks and benefits. But you've got to start somewhere. And I hope that you have some nuggets here to apply. So one of the things that we want to do is competitive research. We want to analyze jobs posted by other companies. And, it's funny how many people haven't done this. We're going to Google landscaping jobs in whatever city. I like Red Lion, Pennsylvania as a title. I just think that's a cool city name. So I'm just going to pretend that I'm a landscape employee. I'm not very happy with my current job. So I'm Googling landscaping jobs, Red Lion, PA. Okay, right up here at the top, I'm seeing ads up here, and boom, look at this, health insurance, no degree mentioned, full-time. Right here, I'm seeing income ranges. So some people really fight me on including income ranges in their job ads. And it's like, cool, why don't we set up a fax number for people to send their resume and see how that goes? Like, the fact is, like, you've got to share the salary ranges for a number of reasons. One, in some states, it's actually a law. Like here in Colorado, it's a law. But even prior to it being a law, I can tell you from my own experience, you get significantly more applicants when you talk about the money in the job ad. And then 2, it prevents having an interview with somebody who's way out of your league on their salary expectations. Because that's equally frustrating when you're like, oh, I've got an interview, they look great, I meet with them, and they need $40,000 more than we're paying, or whatever ridiculous thing. I don't know if you've had that experience, but putting the money out there is really good. And also looking at this is going to help you see what else is available. What is the market paying for these jobs in here? Pretty impressed with this TLC nursery showing up right here with their careers page, right? I don't know who this is, but wow, sweet. Oh, wow. There's like, it's hardly anything on here. So I'm not sure if this is the person here who commented, but the bar is pretty low to get really high on the first page of Google in Red Lion. I'm also not super familiar with Red Lion to know if people are Googling that. Are they looking at, I don't know, there's quite a lot of jobs here in Red Lion, right? So if I just look here on Indeed, okay, landscape foreman, maintenance, looks like a salaried position, 45 to 50, full-time, Monday to Friday. Cool. All right. Here's one question. So part of what I said we would do is figure out the right headline and title. How many people are going to apply to be a laborer? Maybe some people will. I mean, they probably are looking for manual labor, right? There are certain keywords that people use, but let's see here. So I'm opening this. We've got York Building Products. So I do like that they have their benefits here, right? It's pretty clear what the schedule is. I think the title could be better. We're looking typically 45 to 50. This position pays lead landscape gardener. So what's different about this one? So right off the bat, what's in it for me? Okay, a vaccination requirement. Okay. I mean, and if that's your deal, cool. Maybe you should put that up front and center. But is that what's in it for me? I don't know. Right? To me, like, that's a big turnoff. So this is getting right into the stuff that I need to do. Right. So when I'm talking about what's in it for me, you can see just at a glance, most of these job ads are just a list of stuff you need to do. And it's missing a lot of what's in it for me, career path, any kind of emotion. And now it's like a commodity. Okay, well, here's a list of stuff that pays this range. Here's a list of stuff that pays this range, right? Take it up a notch. Like write a better job ad and you will get a better response. So as far as, looking though, a lot of these are listing the salary range. So I like that, or the hourly pay range. I'm not sure in Pennsylvania, do you need to do that? Or are there people just doing that because that's what is working? So we're going to look at some of your job ads though, and think about the job title selection. So one of the key things here is, hey, what's an account manager? I don't know. It's something different at every single company in every different industry. And so that's why writing about the work that you're doing is going to help you actually get the right person and test it. So we had several people fill out. I'm thrilled. We had 28 people said they'd love for us to review their recruiting ads and listings and things. We won't have enough time to do everyone, but the Ramblin Jackson team and we will be sending out little video reviews next week. So if you said, hey, we want you to take a look at our ads, look for a video from us next week. And if you hadn't requested one and you would like our feedback, just type review in the chat and Quinn will make note of that. So I'm going to share my screen, and I don't know Weavers, but we're going to take a look at this. So we're on their careers page. Opportunity starts here. So far I like it. So they're getting into some emotion here. They are talking about how they value their people. I would love to see some photos of the people who work here. So we truly value our employees. I have no idea. How many do you have? Do you have 2 employees? Do you have 100? I don't know. So cool quality plant photos. Would love to see some people. Awesome. Hey, they've got some core values. We are responsible. We deliver results. We have purpose. We are respectful. So cool. So they have branded these things, and it would be cool. Oh, look, they've got some testimonials. However, this is a client testimonial, right? So what would be better is an employee testimonial, a video with somebody saying, hey, my favorite core value is we have purpose. What that means to me is X, Y, and Z. I don't know if these other ones, so the customer reviews are important. Here's what to know before you apply. I think it's pretty good. Benefits, cool. Gift cards to all employees for every positive Google review we receive. Annual employee banquet, advancement opportunities. I would expand this into a whole section of advancement opportunities. So overall, though, I think these are some perks like reimbursement, snack and beverage center, sweaters, love it. So some good stuff here. So let's go ahead and click apply now, and it looks like they're using Bamboo HR. So I don't know if you want to type in the chat. I'd be curious of, do you have other positions open? Because there's a general application, which is It's okay, right? A general application, but I'm guessing you're at the recruiting webinar because you have specific positions open. But I could be wrong. Maybe you're just always learning. That would be an interesting thing. Okay. I'm gonna take a look at this one from Unique Landscaping. Okay, so I like that they have these individual positions here. Let's just take a look at landscape crew member. So I like that you have the salary range. It's a pretty big range, right? So I think there could be more what's in it for me in here. There could be, so here's the thing, I've met Unique Landscaping. I've been there, I've met your people. You have a wonderful place to work. And I think we're not mentioning any of it. You have a nursery, right? You have your tree farm there. You've been in business for a really long time. You have a really great culture. You have really good marketing that attracts really great customers. You have reviews from really happy customers. So the what's in it for me part, when I start reading this, under the supervision of field foreman, additional workers qualified to add to our existing team will be engaged in, like, what's in it for me? Like, who is the audience of this, right? So just think about it. What's in it? Answer what's in it for me, the person reading this, and do you have benefits? Do you have perks, right? Do you have career advancement opportunities? I think that would help you get a better response if we saw some of those things. Let's see if this document opens for me. Okay, Quinn, if you could put that in Zoom chat for me, just private message me that other link. I can't open that one. Okay, somebody added their Indeed link. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look at their Indeed profile. And I like that they have a 4.5 star average. Now I will share that with only 2 reviews, you're at risk. You're going to get a negative review from somebody who doesn't work there anymore. And now your average will be a 3 something. So I would tap into, I've met the Mountain View people. I know that you have people who have worked there for a long time. And you could tap them and say, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you write an Indeed review? And I learned this the hard way when I was a 1-star company on Indeed. That's how I learned about Indeed. I got a 1 star and I was like, oh, wow, I really need to focus on this. And I needed to sell my team on it. And the way I did that was by sharing, hey, I understand, salesperson, that you'd really like for us to have another project manager, but we're a 1-star company and I'm having a hard time filling it. Could you help me out by writing a review? Oh, yeah, right. Because that's going to help you have more capacity to sell. And that was one of the things that we did there. So let's see. Back to their job ad. I think okay, they've got a bunch of different positions, ranging in pay, urgently hiring. I think it's okay, right? I think you've got your benefits here. You're doing a little pre-qualifying of, are you going to be able to pass a drug screen? Eliminate some people who are like, no. Well, great, don't apply. So overall, I think it's on track. Let's look at one more. And okay, here's Team Engine. So this is from Weedman. And what I like about this is, look, we've got some imagery in here. So right out of the gate, this is a little more visually interesting from, this list. So I like that this list is here. But look, we've got some imagery here. We've got it broken out by their different locations. And hey, are you looking to get your foot in the door with a growth-oriented company? We've grown 40%. And our model is around excellence, motivating, competitive, rewarding, benefits. Does it list? Okay, the pay range. I don't know. Is that a competitive pay range in Nashville? I don't know. It's more of just a question. Everyone says that they have competitive compensation. I like that they include it. They've got a bonus program. They've got paid training. So this is not bad, right? So it's got a lot of those things that I was talking about. So as you can see at a glance, there's a lot of ways that you can improve it. Take a look at your existing ads and ask yourself, is it abundantly clear what's in it for me? Do you have your benefits and perks? Do you have 3 clear reasons to work that are true and meaningful that people are excited about? When you take your positions in that direction, you will get a better response to your job ads. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about managing your applicant pipeline with Team Engine, because it is so complementary to what we've shared about the branding and differentiation, having your website, having your careers page, having online reviews on Glassdoor and Google and all these different places, getting your hell yes employee in mind and writing ads towards them. And remember that recruiting is a marketing activity. They're going to look at you online, and you should leverage technology to make it easy, organized, and effective. And you can automate a lot of your applicant sourcing. So one of my favorite things about Team Engine is it automatically will post your job to Indeed, Google Jobs, Craigslist, your careers page, ZipRecruiter, so much more. And it allows you to really keep track of things in an automated way, vet people, keep track of it, text message them, get in touch with them. You can send texts, start a conversation with them. And they have done this a lot. They have a really great process. And so what I'd recommend to you, if you're not using Team Engine, and if you're not totally thrilled with your recruiting system and pipeline, is to try a free demo. You can try a free demo. You can have a conversation with Team Engine. And if you really like it, you can actually sign up through our link and take 33% off your first 3 months at Team Engine. So that's landscapersguide.com/Team Engine. Quinn's going to put a link in the chat. And the special gift, since you're still here, is I'd love to send you a free copy of my book, The Tree of Good Fortune. So this book has a whole chapter on recruiting with more you can implement. We'll also send you a box of beef jerky. So just reply to the email. I have a list of everyone who registered. We're going to send out an email right after this. Just reply yes to that with your mailing address, and we will ship you a book and some beef jerky and also our top recruiting podcast. So my name is Jack Jostes, and thank you all for coming today. Hopefully you feel great about writing killer job ads that generate a response.
Thanks so much, Jack, and thanks for everyone who's still here. We appreciate you coming. If you want to share this with anyone else in your organization, I'll be sending out a recording of the presentation later this afternoon. Just send me an email if you don't get it by tomorrow morning. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.